Hi, I'm back again. And I think I forgot to mention that every time the police was called and a police report was made against Brock, when the police showed up, Brock was not there. Brock knew nothing about these police report made against him. So we'll start from the beginning. From the beginning, it was December 24th at 11:15 p.m. She called the police saying that her ex-husband is stalking her, that she has a friend over and he is jealous and he is stalking her. So time goes by. On December 25th at 4:44 a.m., which is about 5 hours later, she says there was a knock on the door and she thought it was a police from 5 hours earlier coming back. She opens the door. Brock jumps at her, chokes her, starts punching her, pulls her, drags her around by the hair. Her daughters come downstairs. In the middle of him beating her up, he hears her daughters calling 911, so he runs and happens to flee before the police comes up. When the police show up, they make a police report. The police report stated that he choked her and he hurt her and gave her what I told you before, the domestic violence thing, which says on it that he already threatened her with a weapon. She never mentioned a weapon to the police, but that's another story. Okay. Then they give her a restraining order. They ask her if she wants to file a restraining order. She says yes. She files a restraining order and it gets mailed to her house. And according to her, it was hand delivered to her 15-year-old daughter. Okay. This is the crime scene unit photography assignment sheet, which also says that the police were able to get pictures of scratches on her neck, back, and redness in her eye. Scratches is not aggravated assault. They gave him aggravated assault. And there is no mention of a crime scene photo of a heart-shaped tattoo. And they're measuring it. What is exactly criminal about a heart-shaped tattoo? This isn't evidence. They just piled anything up, any kind of photos. This is a scratch. This is a domestic violence. This is warrant somebody to be domestically violent, is a scratch. That's all it is. I get this scraping my knee on a corner of a coffee table. Okay? So, and the police themselves says that it was a scratch. Yet they charged him with, just for her saying that, with aggravated assault, this was for the 25th, aggravated assault, simple assault, okay, for what? For a scratch? For a heart-shaped tattoo? Mind you, she is the only witness. So when he didn't get arrested from that, a month later, January 30th, she calls the police again, the only witness, okay, saying that I had my door unlocked because I was waiting for my youngest daughter to get home with her niece. And he walked upstairs and I was preparing for a funeral for the next day. And he walked in and he pointed the gun at her and said, "You killed my mom." No, wait. To another cop, she said he was mad because the door was unlocked because she had it unlocked for the other nigga. Okay? But through that, he points a gun at her, takes it out. She says she saw the gun in his waistband, and he always carries a gun with him, officer. He pulled out the gun, points it in her head, and says, "I am going to kill you." She starts screaming for her life. So her daughter hears a scream. She comes closer to the door, and through her screams, him screaming at her saying, "I'm going to fucking kill you," okay? His daughter hears a gun clock. Then she dials 911. He hears her daughter dial 911, and he tells her, "The police are coming, so I'm leaving now." This is in actually the police report. A very angry black man with the gun pointing at somebody's head says, the police are coming, so I'm leaving now. And he runs out. Then later on, she says that he was extremely intoxicated. So an extremely intoxicated, jealous black man with a gun pointed at his ex-wife's head hears from the other room through the screaming, her daughter dialed 911, and he says, the police are coming, I'm leaving. He is a very, very, very smart Negro, okay, because he could hear the first time, the second time, and every time he manages to flee before the police comes. Yet, nobody else saw this gun except for the wife. The wife that doesn't remember how many kids she has. On December 25th, she says, not applicable to her having kids. She says she only has one child with another man. She actually has 2 children by 2 different guys that are not from Brock. Okay? But on the 30th, January 30th, she says, yes, she has 4. Okay? How does she forget about his son? She was married to him for 6 years. How many men out there get their wives to call on them, the police, and because they're black men, and it's a woman's world, okay, it's a woman's country, they take the word for it, and now they're locked up knowing the damn bitch is a fucking liar. And I'm telling you, this bitch is a fucking liar. But the prosecutor, Shannon Phillips, doesn't seem to think so, because she lied about everything. In the motion, okay, it says he was denied because he has aggravated assault, a crime of violence, okay, and he failed to appear for court 5 times. That was back in 1999 when he was a child. She fails to mention the fact that he turned himself in days before his mother's funeral. So missing his mother's funeral does not show a good character, but missing court date from 20 years ago shows what his character is. 20 years ago trumps what happens today, okay? Then she goes on saying he has a restraining order against him from 2007. Yes, that was his baby mama. She called the police, made a restraining order. He broke up with her and never got back together. So the only domestic violence that you have on him is from 2007, and he never went back to that person again. And because of that, you declared him as a domestic abuser because of a statement of an unstable woman that doesn't know how many kids she has. He became a domestic abuser. He was forced to not attend his mother's funeral because of a liar. Okay? Then it said that it's because he violated the restraining order. But again, Miss Prosecutor, Miss Phillips, he never got the restraining orders. Your Honor, he never got the restraining order. Oh, wait. It gets even better. I have provided because, the ex-wife wanted to bury him so much, wanted to cause him pain so much, even with his own family, that she sent screenshots telling different stories of what actually happened. On the 25th, it was, he came in and he choked me, okay? Then she sent a picture that I showed you to his family saying, look what he did to me. He cracked my rib. And on the 30th, she tells the police, he came in with the gun in his waist, came upstairs to my room. But the screenshot that she sent, the message that she sent his sister-in-law and put on social media says otherwise. It says, hope, bring it closer. It says, me and my nieces were sitting chilling, listening to music. Crazy came in drunk as hell He said, my mom is gone. He's going to take somebody out. She says, well, it ain't going to be me. I ain't kill your mom. Then she goes on saying, he came through the door with his gun in his hand, was falling all over, foaming out of his mouth. Okay. Then he pushed me into the wall and put the gun to my head. That's when my daughter called the police. So which one was it? Was she in the bedroom and the gun was in his waist? Or is it like she said, when it was not even, this message was sent the 30th at 1:13. No, I'm sorry, at 12:07 p.m. So this is 12 hours later. Which one was it? Did he come in with the gun in his waistband and he went in her room, pulled it at her? Or did he come in with it in his hand, yelling, saying, my mom is dead, I'm going to kill somebody? Okay? And why would you say, hell, it wasn't me? Is that the first thing you say when your husband or your ex-husband or whoever walks in and says, hey, my mom has died, I'm going to hurt somebody? And she says, well, you ain't going to hurt me because I didn't kill her. Who says that? Okay? Oh, even the best one. That's my favorite. The phone call was made, and the police report states it was made January 30th at 1:10 a.m. A phone call came in to a girl saying, a man broke into my house and he's beating my mom. The officer shows up, and its story says, well, he came in, went in my mother's room, and I heard him yelling at her, telling her that he's going to shoot her. And then I heard the gun clock. A few minutes later, he ran out. The wife tells the police, well, he came in and when he heard my daughter call the police. Anyways, but she manages at 1:13 a.m. The woman that's screaming for her life, that says, I swear to God, on my own soul, I'm going to kill Brock. This pussy just put a gun to my head and I am tired. I didn't kill his mom. I didn't want this to come about, but, oh, me and my family is coming for his soul. I swear to God, in front of my kids. Fuck that. I'm sorry. If somebody holds a gun to my head and they threaten to kill me, then they run out, my first reaction is to make sure that my kids are okay, to catch my breath, wipe my tears away. For crying out loud, I was just screaming for my life. But I'm sorry, how could she check for her kids? She's not even sure how many kids she had. So how is she going to check on them? Okay? And 3 minutes is good enough to catch yourself, get back into it, and threaten the person by his soul. I gave all of this proof to the lawyer, and yet Michelle Fienzo, whatever her name is, she does not seem to think that is a good enough evidence to bring him out on bail. She does not seem that was a good enough evidence to show Judge David Rodriguez. Oh my God. I can never pronounce that judge's name. Please, I beg you, okay, stand up. All of y'all black men out there that had false police reports filed on you because it's a woman's world and you happen to be a black man. Therefore, you're guilty just because. Stand up and say it's enough is enough. No more. No more just being victimized just because you are a man in a woman's world and you are black in a white man's world. Enough is enough. Stand up, my brothers, and say no more. This is not just about Brock. This is not just about you. This is about your sons. Think about it. It's about your sons. What is going to happen to your son next time he gets a girlfriend and she sleeps with him? Then she says, oops, I regret it. Haven't we all been there? Please, in the name of justice, just stand up and say no more. Please, not just for Brock, but for your own sons.